let's go through those 2025 rates and thresholds. So from 0 to 1.075, so $1,075,000 is tax free. What's the next level?
So from 1,075,000 up to a little shy of 6.5 million, it's 1.6% of the taxable value of your portfolio. So 1.6% plus $100. So that's what the rate is. You only pay on the portion that exceeds the 1,075,000. So if I had $1.1 million worth of land value, I'm not paying on 1.1 billion. I'm paying on $25,000 worth of land value. Right. So that's how that works. Once you reach that premium threshold, as I said, it's a little shy of 6.5 billion. But once you exceed that premium threshold, the rate goes up to 2% for every dollar of land value that exceeds that.
Gotcha. So that's 6.57 million. Is that right? Have we got that or is it 6.47 million?
It's 6.471, I think, something like that. Right. So it's a little, as I said, a little shy of 6.5 mil.
Okay, and then over that 6.47 odd million, what's the final figure there?
Yeah, so as I said, from there it becomes 2%. So and
again, 2%, it's 2% of that land value.
Land value that exceeds.
Yep.
Now there's for foreign persons, Vish, there's land tax to pay plus a surcharge. Can you talk us about what the surcharge is and why there's a surcharge on top of the land tax?
All right. So the surcharge it's a surcharge for foreign owners only. Okay. So to clarify, if you're an Australian citizen, regardless of whether you're living in Australia or living elsewhere, you're not considered a foreign person. If you're not a permanent resident, you are a foreign person. Where it gets a little bit trickier is if you are a permanent resident, okay, then there's some rules that apply every single year to determine whether or not you're considered foreign for surcharge land tax. So surcharge land tax it's quite different to land tax. The similarity is based on land values. There is no threshold, so you're paying on the total land value, and the rate is 5%, so a lot heftier than the rate for land tax. If you're a permanent resident and you've been in Australia for at least 200 days in the calendar year leading up to the taxing date, which is something that we haven't talked about yet. Land tax is calculated based on a taxing date. It's the 31st of December every year. Right, so at midnight on the 31st of December every year, when everyone's saying Happy New Year, if you're a land taxpayer, you're probably going to be crying a little bit because the bill's coming, right?
What you own, if it's worth more than 6.47 million.
All the governments around Australia also going Happy New Year as they're rubbing their hands together because they.
So yeah, at that point in time, the land that you own, that's what you're paying on for the following calendar year. But for surcharge, essentially at that key point in time, we're saying, well, for the 200 days and the 12 months leading up to that point, have you been in Australia and are you a permanent resident? If the answer to that question is yes, then we consider you to be what we call ordinary resident and you don't have to pay surcharge for the following year. What some people forget about, because there is also a surcharge purchaser duty with stamp duty, transfer duty as well, right? So a lot of people will go, okay, well, the rules are a little different there. It's based on a contract date as opposed to a taxing date, but it's 200 days before the contract date, and they go, okay, I met it, fantastic, I don't have to pay surcharge. And then they go away, and then they forget that there's an annual surcharge for land tax.
Surprise.